Hello, guys. What if I tell you that these three books will change your life? Let me be more specific. The first book by Brent Tracy will help you manage your time. The second book by Gary Chapman will help you improve your relationship with others. And then this third book by George Clapham will give you a basic understanding about how money works. So in this video, I'll be introducing you to three books and share some life-changing lessons I've learned from these three books. Let's get started. The first book I'll be introducing to you guys is Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. This book is a self-help book that was published in 2001, and the book focuses on helping readers to overcome procrastination, be more productive, and achieving their goals. So I'll be sharing some life-changing lessons I learned from this book, and I wrote those lessons in my notes here. So from time to time, you see me looking at this direction. Just know that I'm checking my lessons I learned from this note. These three books I'll be introducing to you guys. If you are a young person, I advise you to read this book, these three books, because they are powerful lessons that will help you as a young person from this book. Well, the first lesson I'm going to share from this book is that there is no enough time. What do I mean? So in this book, Brian Tracy was trying to tell us that we don't have enough time. There are a lot of things that we want to achieve in life, a lot of things we want to do in life. So this book is telling us that we don't have that enough time to do everything we want to do. Some people want to do business, some people want to do, different things we want to engage ourselves in. So Brent Tracy is telling us from this book that we don't have time to do all these things that we have in our mind to do. So since we know that we don't have time, what should we do? So Brent Tracy was saying that we don't have time to do those things we have in our mind to do, but we have time to do the most important tasks in our life. That means the things that are more important and that will help us to make more impact and achieve more things in life. What am I trying to say? What I'm saying is the frog here that Ben Tracy is talking about is our most important task. The most important task. And what do I mean by the most important task? There are those tasks that if we don't do them, it's going to have a long-term consequences in our lives if we don't do them. So we don't have time, like I said, to do most of the things we want to do in life, but we definitely have time to do the most important things. Now, how do we identify the most important thing? This is the second lesson I want to share with us on how to identify the most important things in our life. Now, because if we are not able to identify the most important things in our life, we are going to be moving around, engaging in different things, and then we'll end up not achieving anything worthwhile in life. So there are two techniques I'm going to share from this book that will help you to identify the most important things for us in life. And one of the techniques is the 80-20 rule, also known as the Pareto principle. Now, what does this principle talks about? This principle is just saying that 80% of the results we have in our life comes from 20% of activities that we do. So if you want to prioritize your taxes, if you want to know the most important things you should engage in doing, you should use this principle I just spoke about. And also the second techniques I would like you to apply is the ABCD method. In this ABCD method, Brent Tracy said that there is a way you can prioritize your taxes. What do I mean? Prioritize it. The most important tax is the A tax, and this tax is the tax that if you don't do them will have a long-term consequences, and the B tax are the taxes that have mild consequences. Then the C tax are those taxes that you can even ignore them. If you like, you do them. If you like, don't do them. The D tax are those taxes that you can delegate to people to help you do, and then the E tax are those taxes you can eliminate. So the third lesson I would like to share now is for you to do your homework. In this book, Brent Tracy highlights a lot of reasons why young people procrastinate. And one of those reasons is because they are not prepared enough. When we are not well prepared, it's likely for us to procrastinate. So if you look at any field you want to be very productive in, one thing you should do is that you should prepare very well in that area. read more books, learn more skills. I learned from this book that there is no skill that you want to learn that you cannot learn. Every skill is what learnable. So you prepare very, very well. And then lastly, before I leave this book, you would take action. Take action. It's very important for us to take action in life. We don't have all the whole time. So once we identify our most important taxes, we take immediate action and start eating the frog, like Brent Tracy said. Start achieving them, start doing them. So these are 3 lessons I want to share. If you have not read this book, please make sure you read the book. And I want you to watch this video to the end because I have a gift for you at the end of this video. So the second book I will be introducing us to is the 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. Or should we look at money first? I think love is very important. Love is the ultimate. So uh, let me introduce you to the second book, which is 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. So this book is a relationship guide. It was written by Gary Chapman, like I said, and it was first published in 1992. So this book is going to help you your relationship with other people. It will give you an idea, help you to know your love language and also the love language of other people. So when I first read the book, I think I've read that book for all these books I'm introducing you to for information. I've read them for at least 2 times, and every time I read it, I just get fresh lessons from these books. So the 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman, I will share some lessons from the 5 Love Languages. And then the first lesson I would like to share from this book is that Gary Chapman in this book said that every individual have an emotional love tank. Every individual. And he said the basic need of every individual is to feel loved. To feel loved. So everybody has a love tank and everybody wants their love tank to be full. They want their love tank to be full. So how can our love tanks be full? He prescribed 5 distinct ways we can express love to people. You know, and he said it in this wise. For instance, now if I'm an Hausa person and then I have a partner or a friend that is an Igbo person, for instance, if the person is communicating to me in Igbo, I'm an Hausa person, there is no way I can understand the communication. So if the person wants to communicate with me, if my partner wants to communicate with me, my partner has to learn my own language. So Gary Chapman is saying that everybody wants their love tank to be full, but if our love tank must be full, we must communicate love to our partners, or love must be communicated to us um, through our love languages for us to be able to appreciate it and understand it. So that's the first thing I want to share with us on this book. Everybody has a love tank, and we want our love tank to be filled. And then the second thing I want to share with us is the phenomenon of falling in love that Gary Chapman spoke about in this book. Now, the in love experience, like Gary Chapman said in this book, is not a real experience. What I mean is not real love, rather, is not real love. And then a lot of people mistake this experience for true love. So here I'm just going to give a distinction between the in love experience and the true love. So the in love experience is obsessional. Some people, some of you, maybe if you are listening to me, maybe you have probably fallen in love before, and you may understand, you may relate more with what I'm saying, because Gary Chapman book the book is very relatable. So in this book, Gary Chapman was saying that people mistake this in love experience for true love. And one mistake they make is that they think this experience will last forever. So according to a research that was conducted, it says that the love experience only lasts for a span of a duration of 2 years. It doesn't last more than 2 years. So that first experience you have when you're in love, you're always dreaming about your partner, thinking about him, you're obsessed about the person, you want to spend time with the person. That experience doesn't last. You see the person as perfect, doesn't have any flaws. That is, when people used to say love is blind, I think that is the stage where love is actually blind. We are not seeing any fault with the person and so on and so forth. So in this book, 3 reasons were given why the in love experience is totally different from the true love experience. And what are these 3 reasons? I think I jotted them down here. The first is that the in love experience is not an act of the will or choice, meaning you don't choose when you fall in love, who you fall in love with. Sometimes you don't even want to fall in love, and the experience will overtake you. And when I'm reading this book, I began to, check. I don't know if I've actually been in that falling in. Okay, I don't know. But if you have that experience, you will be able to know if what Gary Chapman said, if what Gary Chapman said is actually true or not. That you don't um, choose who you fall in love with. So if that experience is not choice given, meaning you cannot choose who you fall in love with. Okay, where is the place of spec? I'm just asking a question. If you are watching this video, you can go to the comment section and tell me if it is actually true. So Gary Chapman is saying that this experience is not real because you don't choose when and who you fall in love with. It just happens. Sometimes you are not even planning it. You just see yourself, you are just overtaken by that experience. So because of that, Gary Chapman argues that the experience is not real. Secondly, he said that it is effortless. So it's something that you don't put effort into it. There is no effort. You just find yourself loving the person. You just find yourself doing things for the person, without effort. So because of that, Gary Chapman also argues that this experience is not real. And then the third reason why Gary Chapman said that this experience is not real from the research that was conducted is that one who is in love is not genuinely interested in the personal growth of the person. So I don't know. I find myself not totally agreeing with this. What he's saying from this book is that when you are in love with somebody, in quotes, the in love experience, you see, you just want to do things for the person. You are doing things for the person not based on effort, and because of that, he's arguing that you are not actually concerned about the development of the person. You see, I don't know if you don't totally agree with it. I think you should read the book and gain more insight from the book. And then last thing I'm going to share from this book by Gary Chapman is that Gary said that we have 5 love languages, and each of these love languages have their own dialects. I'll list the 5 love languages. We have word of affirmation, physical touch. We have the third one, which is quality time. We have receiving gifts and act of service. So these 5 love languages, if you read this book, you will definitely know your own 5 love languages, your own love language, and also you will want to start naturally helping other people to decode their own love language. So if you read the book, you understand what is your own love language and the love language of your friend, your partner, and people around you, and you learn how to properly communicate love to them for them to understand it. So that is the third book. I think you should go and read it. I don't want to spend much time here. And then this last book, very important. I left it last because it's very important. This book, The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. So this book is a very, very mind-blowing book. I love this book so much. I've read it. The last time I even read it, immediately I finish it, I go back again to read it. I think every young person should read this book. Every young person, you're up to 20. In short, before you get to 20, you should read this book. And if you are more than 20 already, I think you should get this book and read. This book is going to help you to understand how finance works. It was first published in 1926. It's an old book, very old book, and the principles in this book are still very much they are universal and they are timeless. So it is still applicable even in our world today. So in this book by The Richest Man in Babylon, like I said, it focuses on helping us to understand the basic principles of what finance. And in this book, one of the first lessons I would like to share with us is that wealth is built, and we need knowledge to build it. Wealth is built. A lot of young people want to just get rich, they just without even understanding how money works and the principles of wealth creation. They just want to get rich. So when I read this book, I'm not saying I've gotten rich yet, but I learned a lot of lessons from this book. Some people are very, very funny. They'll start saying, now that you don't have money, you're talking about money. I think I learned a lot of principles from this book. I'm already applying, and I believe they are working for me already. So if you read this book, you relate with what I'm saying very, very well. So like I said, this book by George Clapham, it will help you to understand how money works basically. So in this book, George Clapham gave parables. He was just giving a lot of parables that explain the basic principles of what finance. And the first parable he gave was a story of two friends, Bansar and Kobe. These two people in their story, the man was frustrated. He was just in his shop, sitting down frustrated. He has worked for almost half of his life, and then there is nothing to write home about. And his friend came and met him, hoping to borrow money from him. And when the friend came, he told his friend that he don't even have any money, even for himself, no stock of giving out. And both of them began to think about their life. So that was how they now came up with the question: what is really the matter? At that point, a desire for wealth came. And you see, in this life, if you don't seek anything, you cannot find it. So what I learned from this book is that if you want to become wealthy, the first step is that you must desire it. That is just it. You must desire it. So that was how the desire came. And they asked themselves a very important question. Okay, what is happening? Why is it that many people in Babylon, because Babylon was the richest city at that time, how comes we live in the richest city and yet we are still poor? That was the question they asked themselves. And that question led them to begin to make a lot of research and finding. And their research and finding led them to the richest man in Babylon called Akkad. They say something. If we go and meet this richest man in Babylon now, and he gives us the secret, because they believe that there must be a secret to wealth creation. If we have been working half of our life and yet we have nothing to write home about, there must be a secret to what? Wealth creation. And then they met this man, and this man, the richest man called Akkad in this book, told them 5 laws that govern wealth creation. Powerful. 5 laws that govern wealth creation. If you are listening to me, you are a young person, you want to be rich, you want to have money, I think you should read this book, because I'm not saying if you read the book you become rich immediately, but it will help you and guide you. It will give you the basic simple steps. There are other books that if you read together along with this book will help you, but this book is going to give you the basic. If you want to understand finance, money, read this book first. So he gave them 5 laws that will help you to understand wealth, like I said. And these 5 laws, now in this book, I'm not going to say them all, but I think when you read the book, look at the book, you are going to learn those 5 simple laws that will help you. So the first one, like I said, the first one, I'll just say the first one is pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. So George Clapham in this book said that a lot of people pay other people. You collect your salary, you are working, you buy clothes, and when you buy clothes, you are enriching the person that is selling the clothes. You buy shoes, you are enriching the person that is selling the shoes. Anything you are buying, you are enriching the person that is selling it. But George Clapham said we always forget to pay ourselves. So he said in this book that we should pay ourselves first, meaning a part of what you earn is just to keep. And then the second thing he said here is that money you keep, you must look for how you can make that money. The money, he said, like he said in the book, they are just like seeds. They are just like seed that will generate the tree of what? Wealth. So these 3 books I want to introduce you to today, they are very powerful books. I advise you to read them. So what is the gift I said I have for you earlier? Just go to the description box. I have free copies of this book for you, free for you. I have the soft copy of these 3 books. You can just say I'm interested in the comment section, and I'm going to send the book directly to you. So just send the book to you, so you go and enjoy yourself and read. I think I will create more time we'll just do a book review. This is not a review, I'm just introducing it. A lot of ideas, lofty ideas you learn from these books. But because of time, I'm just summarizing some of the lessons you gain from this book. So I advise you to read the book, and thank you for watching up to now. There is a video that YouTube is going to recommend to you here. Just click on the video and watch, and you enjoy it. So thank you for following me. If you have not liked, please like the video, comment, and if you have not subscribed, subscribe. Thank you very much. Let's end here. Thank you very much.